Maayong gabi mga igsoon. Ang gabi sa tanan nga nagtanaw o mutanaw pa ni ato ang episode matagabi ato ang program panglantaw sa kagabion. Atong gi-shout out si Pastor Yong Monleon Makig-angay Jr. diha sa Sayop Christian Fellowship. Daghang salamat Pastor sa imuhang pagsuporta ni ato ang programa panglantaw sa kagabion. Ato pong gi-shout out si Ma'am Marilo Faustino, ito ang mathematics teacher diha sa Sayop Christian Fellowship. Tonight, I speak to you not as a prosecutor, not as defender, not as a partisan voice shouting from one side of the divide, but as a Filipino citizen who believes that truth must walk the narrow road of law, not the wide road of noise. You have seen the image nga gi-upload karon sa Facebook. Piles of documents, boxes of complaints, cases filed before the office of the Ombudsman against Vice President Sara Duterte and officials of the Office of the Vice President alleging plunder, bribery, malversation, and other offenses. And immediately the nation reacts. Some celebrate as if guilt has already been proven. Some reads as if justice itself has been attacked. Some dismiss everything as politics. Some weaponize the issue to silence all questions. Tonight, let us pause, because this moment demands clarity, not chaos. Let me say this first. Clearly, slowly, and with conviction. The filing of cases is not a conviction, but neither it is an act of persecution by default. This is where maturity begins. In a constitutional democracy, accountability does not begin on Facebook, YouTube, or rallies. It begins in institutions designed precisely to protect both the complainant and the respondent. That institution, in this case, is the Office of the Ombudsman. Under the Constitution, the Ombudsman has the power to investigate and prosecute public officials for acts of omissions that appear illegal, unjust, improper, or inefficient. Not because of public anger, not because of political pressure, not because there are allegations supported by sworn complaints and documentary attachments. Now listen carefully mga higala. A pile of cases does not automatically mean truth, but a refusal to examine them does not mean innocence either. The law does not operate on emotions. It operates on evidence. That is why statements like binabagsak lang ito ng church or civil society lang yan are not only unfair, they are legally irrelevant. Cases do not fall because of who filed them. They fall because evidence fails the test of law. And cases do not prosper because of popularity. They prosper only if facts withstand scrutiny. That is due process. Now let us address the heart of the issue. Everyone keeps circling, but many are afraid to face directly. The question is not the economy. The question is not political alignment. The question is not loyalty. The question is very simple, very legal, and very Filipino. Where did the confidential funds go? And where they used according to law? Under Philippine law, particularly the Government Auditing Code and related COA rules, public funds, confidential or otherwise, are not personal funds. They are people's money. And while confidential funds have special rules, they are not beyond accountability. Dili sila balaan. Dili sila untouchable. Dili sila exempt sa pangutana o investigasyon. The Supreme Court itself has repeatedly emphasized that all public funds are subject to audit, even if the manner of audit may differ for security reasons. So asking for receipts, liquidation, or lawful use is not harassment. It is a constitutional duty. Now let us talk about tune. There are those who immediately insult complainants, calling them busog ang bulsa, accusing them of being paid, questioning motives without proof. That is dangerous. Because if we start attacking motives instead of addressing facts, we abandon justice and enter mob logic. The law does not ask, ano ang pakiramdam mo? The law asks, ano ang ebidensya mo? If the complaints are weak, they will be dismissed. If the affidavits are defective, they will fail. The allegations cannot be proven beyond legal thresholds. No one will be convicted. That is the beauty and the burden of due process. But if there is misuse, if there is unlawful disbursement, if there is violation of statutes like the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act or Plunder Law, then accountability must follow regardless of name or position. This is not hatred, or that is not betrayal. That is role of law. Let me remind everyone of a principle older than politics, older than constitutions, older than any administration. Luke chapter 12 verse 48 says, "From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded." Public office is not a shield. It is a responsibility. And Scripture does not say protect leaders from questions. It says stewards must be found faithful. And at the same time, the Bible also warns against the false accusations. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 17 reminds us, the first to speak seems right until someone comes forward and cross-examines. That verse alone should humble both sides. To those who already declared guilt, slow down. To those who reject all questions as attacks, pause. Truth does not fear investigation, but justice also does not rush judgment. Karong panahon na, we are tempted to turn every legal process into a political theater. We cheer, we boo, we choose sides like it is a boxing match. But governance is not spectacle. Accountability is not entertainment. The ombudsman is not there to please the crowd. It is there to examine facts quietly, methodically, painfully slow if necessary. And yes, that slowness prostrates us. But that slowness is also what protects us from tyranny and witch hunts. Romans reminds us that governing authorities exist to uphold order. But that the same scripture also implies responsibility. Romans chapter 13 is not a license for blind loyalty. It is a call for lawful authority and lawful accountability. So tonight let us reject two extremes. Let us reject the extreme that says, file pa lang, guilty na. And let us also reject the extreme that says, question pa lang, paninira na. Between those extremes stands a narrow road called truth. Dili kinidalang sa kasama. Dili kinidalang sa emosyon. Kinidalang sa ebidensya. If the Vice President and the OVP officials are innocent, the law will clear them. If there were errors, the law correct them. If there were crimes, the law must punish them. That is not destabilization. That is democracy doing its work. So, to every Filipino watching tonight, I see this. Do not surrender your judgment to propaganda. Do not outsource your conscience to loyalty. Do not confuse faith with fanatism. And do not confuse accountability with hatred. Let the ombudsman do its work. Let the law speak. Let evidence decide. As Micah chapter 6 verse 8 reminds us, what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Justice without humility becomes cruelty. Mercy without justice becomes impunity. Ang Pilipinas kinahanglan og pariho or patas hustisya. This is panglantaw sa kagabhion din ang kahayag nagadanag bisan pa sa kangitngit. Ang paglantaw sa kagabhion where truth is not shouted but researched, where justice is not rushed but respected. Kini inyong higala alagad ug igsoon Jeremias Labaho Tubigon sa makausapang moingon nga sa atong pagpangandoy ug matarong nga katilingban ang kamatuoran kayod ang atong suga. Ug sa kangit-ngit sa kasaysayan ang tinud-anay nga pamunuan, ang labing hayag nga paglaom. Daghang kayong salamat sa inyong pagtanaw, pagpaminaw, ug ang Dios magapanalangin, ug magapanalangin, ug magapanalangin kanatong tanan. Maayong gabi.